Have you ever caught yourself saying good job almost on like autopilot, even when you really want to point out something specific and, well, wonderful that a child has done?
Oh, absolutely. I think we all do it.
Right. And our words, especially with kids, they have this huge power, often way more than we realize. It's just so easy to get stuck in those conversational ruts.
Mm,
Even when we have the absolute best intentions, we might miss these really valuable chances to connect.
exactly.
So today we're going to dive deep into something we're calling elevating parental praise and play description. We've gathered some really insightful material that's designed to help turn those everyday chats into powerful moments for learning and bonding.
Yeah.
Our mission, really, for you listening, is to unpack some practical strategies. We want to help you move past the sort of generic thumbs up and connect more deeply using language, really helping kids grow and become more self-aware.
And I think it's important to stress this isn't about just talking more. It's not about filling the silence.
Right.
It's about being more intentional, yes, but also really understanding why certain ways of talking land differently. The research we looked at, it really highlights that even, small shifts, subtle changes in communication can have these really significant positive impacts.
Hmm.
Impacts on a child's development, how they see themselves, and importantly, the strength of their relationship with you. It's very much quality over quantity here.
That's such a key point because I think when it comes to talking with kids, a lot of us just assume that any praise is good praise.
Yeah, it's the common wisdom, yeah.
But the material we've explored, it kind of challenges that. We often just default to good job or I like that, and it's meant well. Of course it is.
Sure.
But the insight suggests that expanding our praise vocabulary, that's a great phrase from the sources, can genuinely make a huge difference. It's about getting really specific.
It's a crucial distinction. I mean, think about it from the child's point of view. They hear, good job, okay, but what does that actually mean?
Yeah, good job, what?
Exactly. They're left guessing.
Yeah.
Was it the effort, the final picture, the fact they, didn't spill their juice?
Right.
That kind of generic praise,
Right.
it often just falls short because it doesn't give clear feedback. It doesn't tell the child which specific behavior you valued. So they don't know what to repeat or what made you happy.
Mm.
But what the studies show is that specific labeled praise that gives them actionable feedback. It reinforces the things you want to encourage and helps them understand why their actions were positive. They can actually learn from it.
Okay, so if good job is kind of the starting point, where do we go next? The material we looked at breaks praise down into these really useful categories. It shows how to target different parts of a child's growth.
Yeah, it's like a toolkit.
Exactly, a toolkit.
Oh.
Think of it less like a strict menu, maybe, and more about just noticing different kinds of cool things your child is doing, like effort praise. That focuses on the process, not just the result.
Mm-hmm.
So you might say, wow, you're working really hard on that puzzle.
Instead of just good job finishing it.
Precisely. Then there's creativity praise, recognizing their imagination, their originality, maybe, oh, I love the way you use so many different colors there.
That validates their unique ideas.
Then persistence praise. That's about recognizing resilience. So instead of a general thumbs up, you say, you kept trying and trying until you figured it out.
Which builds that stick-with-it attitude.
Definitely. And for those moments of sharing or kindness, there's social praise. That was really kind of you to share your blocks with Alex.
Essential for social skills.
And finally, just specific praise, which details the action really precisely. I like how carefully you lined up all those blocks to make that really tall tower.
You see how each one gives such different information. When you break it down like that, it becomes clear how each type of praise really connects to a child's developing sense of self, their self-concept, and their internal motivation.
It's like you're giving them little insights into themselves.
Exactly. Specific praise is like handing them a map to understand their own abilities. Effort praise teaches them that the work itself matters, not just winning or finishing first.
Which is huge.
Huge. Creativity praise validates their unique way of seeing things, fuels that originality. Persistence praise builds resilience, showing them sticking with hard things is valued and they can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And social praise helps them grasp the positive impact they have on others, foundational for empathy. Each type tells the child exactly what behavior is valued, helping them build these traits from the inside rather than just fitting for approval.
And the material gave us even more detailed examples, which really helps you picture using these. For effort and persistence, you could go beyond "you kept trying" to something like "you didn't give up, even when that part was tricky," or "wow, you figured that out all by yourself."
Highlighting their capability.
Yes. for creativity and imagination. That's such a clever idea. I wouldn't have thought of putting this together. Or your drawing is so full of energy with all those bright
I'm
colors.
making it really descriptive.
For cooperation and social skills, thank you for sharing your favorite snack. That was very generous. Or you're being such a helpful partner holding the door like that.
Noticing those pro-social moments.
And for independence and initiative. I really like how you started building that tower all on your own. Or you made a smart choice putting your coat on before we went outside.
Reinforcing good judgment.
And even praising positive emotions and identity is covered. You look so proud of what you made. Or you're really becoming quite the builder artist helper. Look how you're doing X and Y now.
Connecting their actions to their identity.
And here's a really quick, practical tip from the research for when you feel stuck or you hear "good job" about to come out.
Yeah.
Just start with the phrase, I like how you, it's simple, but it sort of forces you to be specific right away. It keeps that more powerful, precise praise flowing.
That's a great little mental shortcut.
Mhm.
It shifts you out of the generic and into the specific, which, as we're saying, is where that real developmental boost happens for the child. It kind of rewires our own default settings, too.
Okay, so that's precise praise, helping a child understand what they did well. But
Mhm.
besides, pinpointing their actions like that, the material we reviewed talks about another really powerful technique, maybe even more subtle. And that's simply narrating what you see. The sources use this fantastic analogy. They encourage parents to narrate like a sportscaster.
I love that analogy. It paints such a clear picture, doesn't it?
It really does.
And the genius of the sportscaster approach is that it's non-judgmental. That's the core of it. Instead of evaluating or praising or correcting, you just describe what's happening neutrally, objectively.
Okay.
And the reason why this is so effective is, well, it shows the child you're truly present. You're engaged, you're observing them without immediately slapping a label on it.
Just paying attention.
Just paying close attention. And that non-judgmental presence, it fosters self-awareness in the child. When they hear you describe what they're doing, it helps them connect their physical actions to language. It solidifies their understanding of their own movements, and it can even help them focus more deeply on what they're doing.
Huh. It's like they hear their actions described back to them.
Exactly. It's like you're providing a verbal mirror in real time, helping them build an internal story of their own actions.
Okay, so let's picture this. Instead of saying, that's a good tower, the sportscaster approach would be more like, you're stacking the red block right on top of the blue one.
Yep.
Or if they're playing with cars, you rolled the car all the way across the floor, look how far it went. Maybe they're drawing. You drew a big circle right in the middle of the page. Or pretend plays? You're carefully feeding the baby doll with the little spoon.
Just the facts.
Or even just being active. You're bouncing the ball really high now, higher than before. It's literally just saying what you see.
And this technique is fantastic for language development, too. It helps kids connect their actions with words, building their vocabulary and their comprehension skills really organically.
Because it's tied directly to what they're doing.
Precisely. You're creating this rich language environment that's directly relevant to their immediate experience. It's a very non-intrusive way to engage, show you're interested, and provide this running commentary that reinforces their learning without any pressure or, leading questions.
It's just observation put into words.
A verbal mirror for their actions. And that's a key part of them developing self-awareness and understanding their own impact on the world around them.
And the research drills down even further, giving specific sportscaster examples for different kinds of play, showing just how flexible this is.
Sure.
For building or construction play, it might be, you're making a really tall tower now, putting that green block carefully on top, or, you put all those pieces together to make a square shape.
Very concrete descriptions.
In art or craft play, you might say, you're putting lots of sparkly stickers on the paper, or you rolled that Play-Doh into a long snake.
Just describing the process.
During pretend play, you're cooking soup in the toy kitchen, stirring it round and round, or, wow, you made the superhero fly all the way across the room.
Narrating their imaginary world.
Even for movement in games, you threw the beanbag right into the basket, nice toss, or you're hopping on one foot all the way across the rug. Look at you balancing.
Capturing their physical actions.
And just like with the praise stems, the material offers a simple starting point for these behavioral descriptions. Just start with you are or you're.
Yeah.
It's a great way to get into that sportscaster frame of mind, keeping it active and observational.
These simple stems, they're really just about making these powerful techniques feel more accessible, reducing that mental load.
Totally.
They take away the pressure of trying to think up the perfect phrase every single time and just let you focus on the act of describing or praising specifically.
Okay, so we've got specific praise, we've got sportscaster narration. Now, we know, and the research acknowledges this too, that actually doing this, changing how you talk, can feel a bit, well, awkward at
Oh,
first.
definitely. It can feel forced.
Yeah, like you're reading from a script or something. It's like learning a new dialect for your own home.
Hmm.
But the material also gives some great strategies to make it feel easier and eventually much more natural.
Yes, a key idea that came through is using rotating activities to create natural moments for both praise and description. You don't have to constantly be on trying to do this all day long.
Right. It's not about performance.
Not at all. Instead, you can be strategic about the activities you choose. For example, building with blocks or Legos. That's just prime territory for descriptions. You're connecting the long blue piece to the short red one.
Makes sense.
Art activities, drawing, stickers, Play-Doh, they're naturally great for creativity praise.
Mm.
I love how you decided to mix the blue and yellow paint there. Pretend. Play with dolls or a kitchen set. That lends itself really well to social praise. You tucked your teddy bear into bed so gently.
Okay.
Movement games, rolling a ball, tossing things,
Mm.
dancing perfect for those behavioral descriptions. You caught the ball with both hands. And puzzles, they're ideal for noticing and praising effort and problem solving.
Yeah.
You kept turning that piece until you found exactly where it fit. You really stuck with it.
I love that. It's not just about what to say, but when and where it might feel most natural to say it. It feels less forced that way.
Exactly. Setting yourself up for success.
And it's not just for playtime either, right? The insights really emphasize practicing this outside of play, weaving it into just normal daily routines.
Absolutely. Those everyday moments count just as much, maybe more.
Like at mealtime. You're scooping up your peas with your spoon all by yourself now. We're getting ready. You put your shoes on the right feet all by yourself. Great job figuring that out.
See?
That's description and praise together.
Perfect combo.
Even just outdoors. Wow, you're running so fast across the grass. Or buckling up. You're clicking your seatbelt into the buckle, nice and safe. Brushing teeth. You're brushing way in the back, getting all those teeth clean.
Every single interaction becomes an opportunity, doesn't it?
It really does.
And the benefit of that consistency, it really can't be stressed enough. These small intentional comments, they add up all day long. They create this incredibly supportive, engaging environment for the child. It's like you're building this verbal scaffolding, interaction by interaction, that helps them understand themselves and the world better.
Brick by brick.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Every time you consciously choose specific language over generic, you're reinforcing positive behaviors,
Yeah.
a positive self-image, and strengthening that internal narrative we talked about.
And to really help listeners get started, the material offers some practical coaching strategy tips, like try short practice bursts, maybe just 5 minutes during playtime where you focus only on specific praise or only on sportscaster descriptions.
Takes the pressure off doing both at once.
Yeah. And another great idea, write down maybe 5 or 10 specific praise phrases or descriptions on a sticky note. Keep it nearby, like on the fridge or near the play area, just to glance at if you get stuck.
A little cheat sheet.
Totally. And maybe the most important tip, normalize the awkwardness. The research is really clear. It will feel a bit weird at first.
Yes?
It's like learning any new skill. Think about learning to drive or type. It feels clunky initially, but with practice, it becomes second nature. And knowing that it's supposed to feel awkward can help you stick with it.
That normalization piece is so crucial. It gives you permission to not be perfect right away.
Yeah.
Just knowing that awkwardness is part of the process lets you experiment, maybe stumble a bit, and keep trying, which, funnily enough, is exactly what we want kids to do when they're learning something new. It encourages a more patient approach for everyone involved.
So looking back, we've covered quite a bit of ground today, haven't we?
We have.
We started by moving away from those generic phrases like good job and towards this richer vocabulary of specific, meaningful praise.
Highlighting effort, creativity, persistence.
Exactly. Then we shifted from just watching silently to becoming that sportscaster, narrating a child's actions to build their self-awareness and language.
Providing that verbal mirror.
And we wrapped up by looking at how you can weave these powerful techniques into daily life, both in playtime and just those regular routines, and how to make it feel less awkward and more natural over time.
And if we pull back to the bigger picture for a second, these shifts in communication, they aren't just about the words you say. They fundamentally shape a child's inner world.
How they see themselves.
Precisely. They influence their self-confidence, how they view their own abilities, and ultimately the depth and quality of your connection with them. This is really about building a stronger foundation for their growth, their understanding, and fostering a relationship that's more attuned and supportive for years to come. It elevates those everyday moments into something quite profound.
That's really well put. And maybe here's a final thought for you, the listener, to take away. Just consider how changing maybe two words, going from a quick good job to something specific, like you kept trying even when that puzzle piece was tricky. How might that tiny shift fundamentally change not only how a child sees that one action, but how they start to see themselves, their own persistence, their own capability?
That small linguistic change can have such a huge internal ripple effect.
Absolutely. So we really encourage you to experiment with these ideas. Listen closely to the children in your life, try out some specific praise or narration, and just watch. Observe the beautiful, sometimes surprising changes that can start to happen.
A rewarding process.
It really is. We think you'll find it transformative. Thanks so much for diving deep with us today.